going on? This is Tech, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the PreSonus Eris E3.5s right behind me. What these are reference multimedia speakers. Basically, they do have a very accurate sound signature, but they're also really good for listening to any type of music or any type of sound that you can hook these up to. So they can kind of be used as like bookshelf speakers or reference studio monitors, whatever you want. They're really just multimedia, so they can really be used for everything. They're not really super harsh with the accuracy of their sound. They're really accurate, but they're not really harsh. Like, for example, the Yamahas, they're super accurate and they're actually like super harsh to listen to. So when you're listening to music through them, it's not even pleasant. These, when I listen to music through these or watch any type of videos, it's very pleasant and I really like the sound signature. Now, these are pretty unique speakers because they're only $99, but they come with pretty high quality components. For example, the woofer right here, this one right here, these woofers, the 3.5 inch woofers, they are actually Kevlar. Most speakers come with cheap paper cones or some plastic cone, but these are actually Kevlar cones, which is pretty unheard of for speakers at this price point, and I really like that they use that higher quality material, and it's just something that's cool because it stands out, and I think it provides better sound quality. I'm not exactly too sure what the Kevlar does exactly for the sound quality compared to other materials for the cones, but I know that it at least has that Kevlar, and I know that a lot of more expensive speakers out there do have Kevlar in the woofers. So seeing that in a low priced monitor is actually really awesome. And also it has a 1-inch tweeter, which is pretty unheard of for this price also, since a lot of speakers at this price point and speakers that have a 3-inch or 4-inch woofer will provide you with like a 0.75 inch tweeter, whereas this one actually provides you with a full 1-inch tweeter, like their bigger speakers. They're the Eris E8s or even the Eris 5s or 4.5. Those also have a 1-inch tweeter, and it's awesome that they're using pretty much the exact same tweeter. I don't know if it's exactly the same tweeter, but they're using the same size tweeter with these speakers, and that actually does make a big difference. I have the Mackie CR3s, which are also $99 speakers, and they have a 3-inch woofer, and those have a 0.75 inch tweeter, and it does not even compare to the sound quality that these produce. It's also got a pretty wide selection of connections, so you can use TRS, RCA, or it even has a little aux port right in the front here, so you can just connect your phone right to the speakers and listen to music that way, which is what I do sometimes. I just use these for home speakers as well as the keyboard speakers, and that provides me with a 2-in-1 system. And then not only that, it also provides a headphone jack in the front, so you can just connect your headphones right to the speakers and listen that way. And it's also got tuning like their more expensive speakers, where you can tune the decibel levels for the high frequencies and the low frequencies. So if you want a little bit more bass, you can turn that up, or if you want a little less bass, you can turn that down, and same for the high frequencies. So that's really cool. That's definitely one of those features that is from their high-end monitors or other high-end monitors, and brought down to this low price monitor, which is great. And then the aesthetics of the speakers are really nice too. Very professional look to them, and they don't have that kind of toyish multimedia look like my Mackie CR3s. They have that green ring around the woofer and the tweeter, which makes them look a little toyish. These look really professional. They look exactly like their bigger brothers, the E3.5 or 4.5s and the E8s. So that they do still have that same aesthetic, and they have the nice blue signature woofer that the PreSonus speakers have. Kind of like the KRKs, they have that nice yellow signature look to the woofers. These have a blue look to them, which is kind of cool. Sets them apart from other speakers out there. But I would say where the cost cutting is most present is in the build quality. They feel very, very light, like crazy light. When I kind of grabbed these speakers out of the box and felt them, they just felt like almost too light, especially the speaker without the amp. They just felt really, really light. I guess the magnets inside are really light, or not very substantial. And then also the cabinet itself feels a little hollow, feels definitely more cheap than even my Mackie CR3s, which are more substantial. They definitely, the cabinets and everything feel more tough. These definitely do not feel like that. They feel a little bit on the cheap side. I wouldn't say they're cheap at all, and I understand the price is cheap, but they just don't feel as high quality as other speakers. But other than that, I really do like the speakers. It just, you do see the price cutting in the build quality itself. All right, now on to the sound quality, and this is where I can say that I have 2 thumbs up for the sound quality. It's definitely a very nice sounding pair of speakers, but there are some characteristics that I would like to share with you guys about the speakers to tell you if it is a right monitor for you to pick up yourself. So number one is they are a bit treble heavy, and they can seem a little harsh at times. Now, while you do get that harshness, you still get a very clean, accurate sound out of them, but just know that in certain situations, they're definitely going to sound more harsh at times than other speakers out there. Even some other reference monitors that I have, the sound is definitely more harsh at times, a little, I guess, distorty in those high frequencies, but I'm guessing the more you break the speakers in, the less that's gonna happen. But just letting you guys know, it is a little bit harsh, but overall the sound quality is quite nice. And then the bass isn't really heavy with these. I would say even my Mackie CR3s, which have a 3-inch woofer versus these 3.5-inch woofers, those have more bass, but I also understand that those are bass boosted. These are definitely more of an accurate sound to them. So the bass is, while it's very clean and it's really tight, I would say that it's definitely not gonna surprise you or gonna blow you or anything. The bass is very subdued in these. I would say that you definitely have to turn up the volume quite high to feel or hear any like substantial type of bass out of these. It's also got a pretty wide soundstage, especially for the small speakers that they are, and the imaging is pretty nice. Also, you can hear where the sound are in the space around you as the sound is playing. So if something is playing right in front of you, you can tell, or if something is slightly to the right but not exactly to the right speaker, you can tell. Like if there's an instrument like slightly right here, you can tell that it's right there, the voice is right there, and another instrument is right there. So the imaging is great, and the tweeters are actually a wide dispersion type of tweeter, so that means that you can go to the sides of the speakers and you can still hear a very direct sound rather than just being directly in front of the speakers, you know, having that sweet spot. The sweet spot with these speakers is a lot more wide, dispersed outward than other speakers out there. They're not very direct, so that makes them great for multimedia purposes. Since you don't have to be exactly in front of them, you can just play these like bookshelf speakers and walk around your house and you're still gonna have a pretty good sound. And I've tested this myself, and they are pretty indirect in their sound quality, and that actually adds to the wide sound stage, which is nice.
To the Wally Show podcast with Wally, Becca, Zach, and me, Betty Rock. If you want a little less Wally and a little more music, trust me, completely understand. You can listen live every morning through the WayFM app or connect with us at allwally.com.
But overall, these are great speakers for pretty much anybody. If you're a gamer, for example, you can use these for very accurate listening. If you're playing FPS shooters, you can hear footsteps very well with these. Or if you're just getting into mixing music, these are great for you because they're cheap, low budget, and they're going to provide you very accurate sound so you can mix your music the correct, balanced way. And pretty much for anybody, if you just want to use these for listening to music like bookshelf speakers, but you want a little more accurate sound than regular bookshelf speakers, these are also very good for that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and in the comments below, let me know if there are any other speakers for the same or similar price that you think are better than these are. Anyways, thanks for watching.